The Arizona sun was sinking over the dusty plains when Mark Hensley drove the final fence post into the ground, wiping sweat from his brow as hot wind shifted across the open land. He had worked this ranch for more than a decade, learned its every rock ridge and hidden gully, and believed nothing on it could surprise him anymore. But when his shovel struck something metallic just inches below the surface, the sound rang through the evening air like a warning. Curious, he knelt down, brushing aside layers of dry earth until a golden gleam broke through, glowing in the fading sunlight. At first, he thought it was some old ranch tool, maybe something left behind by settlers a century earlier. But as he uncovered more of it, he realized he had never seen anything like this. The object was a circular golden relic, heavy, smooth, intricately carved with ancient symbols spiraling toward the center where an eagle's head was engraved in perfect detail. It vibrated faintly in his hands like it held energy waiting to be unleashed. His grandfather had once told him stories about the Apache, tribes who roamed these lands long before ranchers arrived, stories of sacred objects hidden during times of war. Mark always dismissed them as childhood tales, but the moment he held the relic, he knew none of it had been myth. The evening wind, warm only moments before, turned cold and sharp as if the land itself reacted to his discovery. Then he heard it, a distant rumble, hooves growing louder by the second. Dust rose on the horizon. His breath caught as riders emerged from the fading light, dozens at first, then more, until an entire formation galloped across his land with unnerving precision. These were Apache warriors dressed in traditional clothing, armed with spears and shields bearing the same patterns carved into the relic. They approached like ghosts resurrected from another century. As they halted in front of him, the earth trembled under their horses. The leader, a tall warrior with piercing eyes, stared at Mark with an unreadable expression. "You should not be holding that," he said. Mark tried to explain. "I just found it. I didn't know what it was." The leader's face hardened. "It belongs to our ancestors, and by touching it, you have awakened it." Another rider stepped forward, fierce and young. "That is the eagle heart," he said. "We thought it lost forever." Mark tried offering it back, but the leader raised a hand. "You have bonded with it. The land has already acknowledged you. You cannot escape what comes next." The wind howled, sweeping dust into swirling shapes, and before Mark could ask more, the warriors rode away, leaving him with a cold warning. They would return tomorrow, and they would make a demand. He stood alone in the darkening field, holding the glowing relic as fear coiled inside him. That night was long and restless. Mark paced his cabin, unable to escape the soft pulsing glow that came from the eagle heart even, under a cloth. Outside, the desert seemed unnaturally quiet. No birds, no insects, not even a whisper from the cattle. It was as if the land itself was waiting. At dawn, the sound returned, the rumble of hooves louder and heavier than before. A massive Apache formation arrived, far larger than last night's. This time, elders rode among them, wise faces hardened by time, eyes carrying the weight of generations. The leader approached again. "Bring the relic," he said. Mark obeyed, hands trembling. "Please," Mark begged, "just take it. I don't want any trouble." The younger warrior snapped. "If taking it were enough, you would not be standing here." The eldest woman spoke, her voice like distant thunder. He uncovered it. He awakened it. The land has chosen him. Chosen him for what? Mark didn't know, but he was given no choice. They escorted him deep into the desert, farther than he had ever gone, past towering cliffs, through silent valleys, all the way to a massive stone altar on a sun-scorched plateau. The elders formed a wide circle around the altar, chanting ancient Apache words. Mark felt the air shift as the wrapped relic was placed at the center. The cloth lifted by itself, drifting away as if moved by invisible fingers. The eagle heart glowed fiercely, illuminating the stone with blinding light. The ground vibrated. The air grew cold. Cracks formed around the altar, splitting the earth open as a blast of icy wind surged upward, shaking the plateau. A low growl rumbled from the depths. "What is happening?" Mark shouted. The leader did not flinch. "You called its guardian when you unearthed the eagle heart. Now you must face it." "Face what?" The ground shook violently, and from the fissure rose a shadow, enormous, ancient, alive. The guardian's glowing eyes locked onto Mark, and the creature let out a roar that echoed across the desert like a storm. Mark stumbled backward, panic flooding his body. "I can't do this," he yelled. "You must," the elder woman said. "Only you were chosen." The Guardian lunged with terrifying speed. Mark dove aside, rolling across the sand, gasping as its claws tore into the ground where he had stood seconds earlier. The Apache warriors did not intervene, not out of cruelty, but because this was no longer their fight. It was his trial. The relic pulsed violently on the altar, reacting to the Guardian, as if urging Mark to do something, anything. He scrambled to his feet, dodging another strike. Dust swirled into the air as the creature roared again, louder, shaking Mark to his core. The leader finally spoke, shouting over the chaos. "The Eagle Heart called you because it believes you can restore what was lost. Survive this trial, and you will know the tribe's demand." Mark didn't know how to fight an ancient spirit. He barely knew how to fight a rattlesnake. But as the Guardian lunged again, he realized something terrifying. The tribe's demand tomorrow would be nothing compared to the battle he faced right now. And the story of what happened next had only just begun. If you enjoyed this gripping story and want to know what happens next, what the tribe demands, what the Guardian truly is, and how Mark's fate unfolds, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support motivates us to bring you more thrilling, cinematic, deeply emotional stories every single week. So hit the like, tap subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss the next chapter of this epic journey.